and we are finalizing the Jack Pan for the upcoming event this Sunday, Jack Chicken Party. Before going any further, let's talk to Marvin.
Hi everyone. So this week we're finishing up the jerk pan. So we're almost there. Last time we were painting, but today we are working on the grill, and we're also working on the stand for the jerk pan. We will provide you with images of that. Maybe you can see it here in the description. Alright, so differently, so I realized that we haven't been talking much about ourselves in terms of who we are. So I feel like this week maybe we should tell you a little about ourselves. So for those who don't know me, my name is Marvin. So Watashi wa Marvin, Jamaican Jin. And I am living in Japan for some time now, a little over 4 years. And we are married, me and Rika. We have children. And we enjoy a number of Japanese food. We also enjoy a number of Indian food and Jamaican food. And maybe some Mexican food. And just about any food in every culture. But our favorite so far is those that I mentioned. At least my favorite. I don't know Rika's favorite, but these are what we've been having for some time now. So you will learn more about me as we go along. You can always ask questions too. I will be happy to answer as best as possible. Alright, so what about you, Rika?
So he just said it, but my name is Reika. Marvin to Reika desu.
So
We do art together.
Yeah.
We started this show, Coconut Kitchen, last year.
yeah,
We started from doing some cooking some food and
Yeah.
showing you recipe how to cook some Jamaican or Caribbean inspired food using ingredients available in Japan.
Yeah.
And this year we expanded it and we do more entertainment, and we also introduce many people, many different people in different countries in the world
Yeah.
for food, for art, for cultural exchanges, for many different activities. So this weekend we are going to have an event because one event was cancelled.
yeah.
And you know what it is? We already said that we are finally in the jerk pan, so we want to have a jerk chicken party. And we've been cooking jerk chicken, but this is gonna be the first time that we're gonna use our own jerk pan
Yes.
and real Jamaican authentic jerk.
This time it's going to be big because we're going to cook almost 10 chickens. And we have a lot of friends coming over. And as best as possible we will use a lot of Jamaican spices. We already ordered a number of spices. And it's a real jerk pan, so I think this is going to be the best. So we are inviting you, so if you're watching Coconut Kitchen and you want to come, please feel most invited.
Yes, if you know the place, you can just join, and you can also contact Nala Creative Studio Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And I'm going to put some links to the spice shop that we sometimes buy spice from, that is Migeru in Wakayama. She delivers spices very fast and very professional, so you can also check that out.
Yeah, man. So in this week Coconut Kitchen, I'm also showing you the completion of the jerk pan, and I think I also show you a little of how we make the jerk sauce. Right, so if you don't see that this time, maybe you'll see it next week, but I will try to put it in this week's video. Right, so and one more thing, this week video delays a little. We usually show on a Wednesday, but this week we will show maybe on a Friday because we were very busy this week. So we are so sorry that we couldn't make a video earlier. So we are going to do that. So please continue to watch, continue to support, continue to like and subscribe. We enjoy you and hope that you continue to enjoy us as well. Oh, so yes, my friends. So now we are at we're close to finishing now at the hardware store. So now we need to cut the metal. That's our last metal that we'll cut. And we also need to look for a piece of wood. And this piece of wood we will use it for the cutting board or the table section of the jerk pan. So a good example is here in your screen. So we are looking for pieces of wood. So let's look around to see which piece I think will fit best based on the length and based on the width. So far, I am looking at this. Looking at this, what I like about this so far is that the price is very good. So it's like 598, 657 plus tax, and the length is like 1 meter. The jump on is just a little under 1 meter, so it fits almost perfectly, right? And I am also looking at this one. So this one, by the way, this one was cut by the hardware. So the hardware cut it and molded it. So if you look here, you see a little bevel. So what they do is to make one side for the, so one side is as a depth and the other side as a bulge. So what they do is to fit it together, and you can widen your board. So that's also good if I want to make the table wider. So I don't think I'm going to make it wider this time though. I think for this time I am going to work with this width, but the length is close to what I need. So before they mold it, so again I'm just repeating that the hardware mold it, that's why it is like this. But before they mold it, this is what it looks like without any modification. So this is what it looks like. And so you notice when they modify it, you get a lot of benefit. But before they modify it, this was the price, 1,780. So after modification, they didn't add much prices after they modified it. So that's good. And of course, this is a full length. This is about 2 times the size that I showed you. The size I showed you earlier was 1 meter. So this should be about 2 meter right here. There, 2 meter. So pretty much they modify it, but they didn't charge any extra for the modification. And you can benefit from the modification. That's good, Code, and I commend you for that. Alright, so of course they have different sizes, but the size I need is something closer to this, which is 24 in width. So that's my best choice. Other choices, this is not a good choice. This wood tend to warp very easy, especially with heat. And you know the jerk pan produce a lot of heat. So I think this one is the best. Other ones that I could consider just to a small extent, I think like this. But the width, not so good in width. The width kind of too small, and it also will warp very easy. So the color looks good, but it warps very easy. And also I don't trust the curing content of this one. I think maybe this one wouldn't be so good for food. Alright? Right, so these are other options too. And I think I will find the same problem with these. I think they will work very easy. They are also more expensive because they consider more like decorative kind of wood. And however, they have some that is thicker. So this one a little thin in terms of the depth, but this one a little thicker. I think this one won't warp so easy, but still it carries a bigger price tag. So for that reason, what do you think, Reka? I think I will stick with that one. What's your choice?
Yeah, I agree. It looks like he already looked around and I joined later, but another good observation, and I think the one that he thinks is good is good.
Alright, so for maybe you have other reasons you want to be here at this hardware. So we will show you a little more of the wood section, just a few minutes. So Reka, you can take it over from here. So what you doing now?
So I'm one that has less size, because this time we want to prioritize the strengths of the wood. You see, this one has 1, 2, 3. About that. So sometimes ice can be used as design, and it's cool too.
I think this one looks the best so far.
Maybe.
I'm going to put it aside and maybe here, because this type of wood, by the way, carries a lot of ice, but that's how they use it here. They tend to use it for like restaurants and so forth. So they use it in decorating. That's why they put these grooves. So they use it for like wall dressing. So one herbal pharmacy near us, very beautiful interior. They also use similar design, and I like it. We use it for a number of furniture, because we make a lot of our furniture. I also forgot to mention that we are artists. So we haven't shown much of our artwork on Coconut Kitchen. Maybe we will begin to do that even just a little. Just that we wanted to separate Coconut Kitchen from our artwork, because we didn't want to make our artwork kind of overdo Coconut Kitchen. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the metal place, alright?
Oh, Victor, look!
Whoa!
This doesn't have no eye.
Oh my god!
I didn't think I could find anyone.
Oh my word!
Have eyes, but this one looks
Oh my
What
god!
do you think?
Yes, Bichan, Bichan! Mwah. Oh my god! That's why I love when you do it sometime, you know? I love when you search. Look at that, man. I would have given up long time, you know. Yeah, man. So yeah, you know, so we find the perfect one. Show it on the camera, Bichan. We find the perfect one. It doesn't have any eye. Again, we don't mind having even a few eyes, but some of these eyes, they go right through the board, and because it's a table and it's for jerk chicken, so you know we chop the meat, bam, 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 and then the eyes going to fall out and the board going to deteriorate faster. But I don't mind it for design. We are artists, and forgot to mention that we are artists, so we can use that a lot for our design as artists. But in terms of function, I'm not so sure if it will function very well. So we don't put much of our artwork on Coconut Kitchen, but maybe from time to time we will show you even just a little, because again it's about helping you to get to know us a little better. So we're going to move on now to the metal place, because that's our final thing now, to cut a metal, and the metal will be the frame of the wood, because the metal will help the wood to remain stable, because the wood can still warp. Even though this is a very good quality wood, it will still warp, because the jerk pan will produce a lot of heat, and the heat will cause the wood to bend. So the metal will also use as support to keep it in place as a table. So maybe you will learn further about that. So we're going to move on now to the metal place. Alright? So now we're at the metal place. A friend of ours is adjusting the saw so that we can cut 45. So it's adjusting the angle. You can see it's a very big machine. It's a heavy duty machine. So you see the power. It's about maybe 220. You can correct me on that. And you see motor. Very big one. Okay. Very powerful machine.
So this machine uses this to angle at any preferred degree. Hi.
Usually it is available for customers, so after buying any form of metal, you can come out here and cut it. Because the reason for that is you can do some amount of work, but not to complete a project, but some amount of work. But the main purpose is to make it able to fit into your car. So if it's too tall, you cut it into smaller pieces and it can fit in a car. However, you can like what we're doing now, you can cut like bevel and so on. If you do, that's not the main thing. Just don't overuse the space, especially if other people waiting. So once you use a consideration, you'll be good here, people will respect it. And that's what we're here with. That's our fortune so far. We're able to use our discussion a lot and people really like it. So we always get some help, you know. So yeah. Yes, so tell us that the man is missing us. Him cut it and test it to make sure before him give us. You know, that's all for respect, this, you know, all for kindness. So you see this big iron we use on cut, man, just to give her a quality service. Oh my word. More than appreciated, you know.
ではないけど、まあみたいな感じですか。
ちょっときつい。
ああ。
俺と仕事は。きついは映画プレス。
Alright, so look here, there's no number on this machine. So it's kind of hard. You have to use like this ruler to do some measurement, but I don't have enough time for that. I would have to do a lot of trial, and I will end up wasting some material, I'm sure. But I don't have enough material. I don't want to spend any more on material. So, however, I can do some. I have hand tools at work. I have a meter box and a meter giant box. But to cut the metal is a little more difficult than cutting wood. However, because this might cause me to waste material, I prefer to waste time than to waste material at this point. So I'm going to give up on this machine. However, if tomorrow, and I have more time tomorrow, if I still don't cut the metal until tomorrow and I have time, I will come back. But for now, I'll leave it alone. Okay, alright, so we're heading now to the garage, and that's where we're going to do some adjustment, and you will see how far the jerk pan reach. So continue watching. Hey, so I am working on a jerk pan, and I want to use a regular woodwork meter saw to cut this thick metal. Can it be done? Yes, I've done it before, but my first time using meter saw to cut blade, to cut metal was a smaller metal. It was very easy because again the metal wasn't so thick. But this time I'm cutting this thick metal. So far, before making this video, like just few minutes before making this video, I cut a 45 angle from this thick metal. And they saw pretty much angle it very well. But one main problem, something that is very dangerous, is that it produces a lot of small pieces of metal. And these small pieces of metal, they splash all over the place. And you have to be very careful of that because you don't want it to get into your eye. And even on your skin, it's very hard on your skin. I'm not sure if that can cause some serious health problems. So the best thing is to protect yourself. So my gears are not 100%, but I think it's good enough for this reason. So I have these gloves. I also have a very thick jacket with tall sleeve because you see I'm wearing merino. It's not good, right? So I have to put something like this. So I also have this welding face shield. It's working good so far, right? And I think the main reason why I get so many small pieces of metal is because I am not using a blade that is made for metal. It's really for wood. But the blades, the diskette that is for wood, for metal, sorry, will produce more smaller pieces of fiery flame kind of metal that will be less impactful to your skin. So for some brands, maybe you can find those discs. I'm not sure because I didn't research about this one. I'm kind of in a hurry because I'm trying to finish this jerk pan. So was it successful? Yes, it is successful. So look what I have. Okay. Cool. So this is a frame for this is a metal frame for the table part of my jerk pan. So you will see. I provide a clip right here. Alright, so this part is where I put meat, and I will cut the meat on this part. Alright, so the metal frame is to keep it stable, because you know the jerk pan produces a lot of heat, so it can easily warp. So I want to prevent that warping. The wood is a very expensive wood. I think it's good quality, and I want to maintain that, right? So I'm going to use the same meter saw now to cut the wood to fit the measurement, right? So let's do that. Okay, so this is what the metal looks like after cutting all the different pieces that I need. Alright, so let's look at the meter joint. Let's look at this one. So right, of course, the best way to tell the accuracy is with square, right? So over on this side though, it looks very clean. Right, so not so bad. It looks very clean over on this side. While over on this side, not so perfect, as you can see. There's kind of like edged, not a straight line here. But maybe I'll correct it. Konnichiwa. So maybe I'll correct it, or maybe I will leave it for now and then later I will make some adjustment. So differently, remember, you know, it's for the table part of my jerk pan. So this is a wood that I want to fit in between this frame. So I'm now going to make the measurement for the wood, and just to get some accuracy, I put it right in between the frame and try to fit it in as perfect as possible. Right, then over on this side, I'm going to just use my pencil or whatever marking device and make a mark somewhere about here. And then from that, I'm going to use a meter saw to cut the wood. Alright, continue watching. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okie dokie, so now that I finished cutting the wood, let's see if it fits in the metal frame. Alright, so let's see if it fits in this metal frame. Alright, so it's okay. This side okay. How about this side? This side is okay. It's a fairly good job. Reasonably enough, not perfect, but not so bad. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use this metal bit. I'm going to use this battery operated drill, and I'm going to bore some hole into the metal, and I'm going to use some screws to attach the metal to the hood. And oh, before I do that, this side where I just cut have a few rough edges, so I'm either going to use my grinder or I'm going to use a regular sander to get rid of some of these rough edges. Alright, let's do that. So just as I mentioned, I am going to use the sander to remove some rough edges to make it smooth. By the way, I am not using the right grid, because this grid is like 240, but unfortunately I leave other grids and I only have this smooth one because I wasn't prepared for this part of the job, for the woodwork part. So however, it's just going to destroy my paper faster, but it can use to smooth it out. So let's do that. So now I'm going to use this metal bit, and I'm going to use this cordless drill, and I am going to drill the metal and then use a nail, sorry, then use a screw to insert it, to attach it to the wood. Alright, and then I will show you how it fits onto the jerk pan. Alright. Hot, sweet. Right. So I'm going to do the same thing for all of these, going to bore holes and going to for holes to insert a screw from the metal to the hood. And I'm also going to do the same thing for the part that is supposed to attach to the jerk pan. Okay, okay. Alright, so that is it. So we finish making the holes for the metal. So I can insert it to the board now. Again, I'm using screws. And so let's transfer this to the table over here. And let's do the attachment. Yeah man, you see what I'm going? I already attached one side. See, so now this part needs some more screw. And this part needs some more screw. Alright, so just put in one screw and then I'm gonna move on to the completion because I can't show you everything. I'm videoing with one hand, so it's kind of complicated. So now, of course, I use my drill. I'm just putting a screw here. See? Alright, see, they continue like that, see, cool. This is where I'm at so far, right, and I make a few mistakes with the measurement. Don't know if I was drinking too much beer or the time was too hot. So now that I have this challenge, I am going to make some adjustments. So I already cut into this part with a grinder, so that helped me to get the wood a little more stabilized. But over on this side, as you can see, I have to readjust the metal for here. I am going to cut it shorter and make it goes right here in this section, and I'm also going to use the remainder to make like a brace. So that's how I get it correct. Alright, so continue watching. So this is what it looks like so far. So, and this is where I stopped for today. So if you look outside, it's very dark now. Right, so this was what I was making, this part. So earlier I was making the frame, the metal, make the frame out of metal and the wood part. And this is going to be used for the cutting board. I already have the grill and everything for this part. So in the next video you're going to see that. Alright, so of course I use a number of tools. For this part I use a number of tools to help me to get some sort of accuracy as best as possible. So I use a level to achieve a flat surface. I use a level for that, right? And of course, right now it's very dark, so my drill, the light on my drill, is very useful. See, so this is the drill, and this is the light on the drill. Very useful. Cool. All right. So continue to watch Coconut Kitchen. Enough love. See. Yeah, so continue to watch Coconut Kitchen. Enough love. See, this is where we end for today. Alright.